guys, it's Liam Caddison here, and we're reacting to episode number 3 of season 5 for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Excited to get into this episode. It's been a very tantalizing start to this season, with Buffy trying to learn what it means to be a hero. No, she's of course flirted with the idea of discovering more of the power of a Slayer, appointing Giles as a Watcher again, which is great because not only does it mean we're gonna possibly get more scenes between the pair, but also Giles is an amazing Watcher, probably the best one out there. It's amazing. So yeah, but her journey has kind of been slowed down with Dawn, who I've got to apologize over because I don't know why I reacted in the way that we were discovering her for the first time at the ending of episode 1, because silly me forgot about the idea that she's existed since season 1. I mean, how could we forget the time where she punched Veruca in the nose? How could we forget the time that she was key in stopping the mayor and gave him the biggest wedgie of all time? So I don't know what got over me at the ending of episode 1. No, I get the joke. Because I've seen a few of those comments on Patreon, and yeah, I get the joke. It's pretty funny, and like I said, I'm really excited to see how Dawn has been flashpointed into this universe, because like I said at the ending of episode 2, where we got a much more fleshed out telling of Dawn's perspective, the characters seem to have a history with her, but of course the viewers, that we've just gotten to know her. Like, she's just appeared out of nowhere. So like I said, she's been flashpointed into this universe as if time has been changed and Dawn has appeared, and the characters of course have a history with her, but through the past 4 seasons Dawn hasn't appeared whatsoever. So yeah, it will be very interesting to learn more about that journey. But yeah, like I said, I'm excited to get into this episode. So, with that said, let's get into episode number 3 of season 5 for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Let's go.
The folks are back. No, I was wrong. Just incompetent burglars.
Oh boy.
Yeah, maybe it's
Xander.
definitely time to start looking for a new place. Something a little nicer. Buffy, you been to hell. They had 1 bedrooms, right? Oh yeah, she's all like, what's that? A cauldron? Who uses a cauldron anymore?
The last step in my forging is my
Apparently these guys,
the price with which I purchase.
we could get some skin moisturizer, it looks like. And some sanity.
Phone and electricity are hooked up. There's a private balcony, ceiling fan, closet space, and that's the bedroom.
Guys, you can't save it for the bedroom.
I mean...
Okay, good point.
But it's not
I
their
brought an
bedroom.
application for you to fill out.
An application? I can't, just until things come together.
Which is weird, Xander. Because right now, things are looking pretty untogether, and you can't expect me just to wait around for...
Quiet.
Times are
please.
tense.
Anya, what is this? What's going on with you?
What's going on with me is my arm hurts, and
This is
I'm
not
tired.
awkward whatsoever.
And I don't really feel like taking it a tour of beautiful things that I can't have.
Feeble man, you are not likely to strike me.
Giles! Holy shit! You tried, buddy, but good.
You are not the Slayer. You do not concern me.
Rather a turn.
He ran away, huh?
Sort of more,
Technically, yes.
turned and swept out majestically, I suppose. He said I didn't concern him.
So a mythic triumph over a completely
He just doesn't want to take any more beatings from the
I'm dead or
Ripper.
unconscious, so I say bravo for me.
Some good demons in this will, so you can't smell anything, but it does it by taking your nose off, so no.
How does the spell smell?
What
Terrible.
are you doing here, Spike?
Big guy, kick her ass! Oh, very nice! I was on your side! Watch out!
Oh shit, Xander! Oh, the demon wanted a Slayer as his best friend. Wait, we got a duplicate of... Oh god. Anya is going to have a field day.
You gave her a headache. I did not. Did I give you a headache, Mom? I'm sure part of it is Buffy's, but part of it is Dawn's.
Sake.
It's so nice.
To be
you
fair,
love
you
shit.
should...
You
I
girls
don't know if
sort
she
this
opened
out
the door,
yourselves.
though.
It's good for you.
She didn't say I couldn't stand here.
Shut the door. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, Slayer. One of these days.
Yeah, put it on the...
I mean, it's good target practice.
Promotion, but I mean, he didn't... Doesn't he see the shiny thing?
There we go.
Congratulations, Harris. You and your girl should go out and celebrate.
I already have an idea how.
I don't
was
like
going
this.
to call you, Mr. Harris. I'm happy to have you.
Thank you.
And if you need anything,
Is that kind of...
day or night, please call me. I'm leaving my home number here.
Oh! Yeah!
Me.
Call me.
I won't let you do this! You can't do this to me!
This is technically identity theft.
Oh man, I need Buffy. It's not me. Please, Buffy. Resist the spell. Do this for me.
Don't worry,
Xander.
Xander. Whatever stole your face, it has to deal with the Slayer now.
Lauren, but it was just some bad breed. Oh, every Christmas, we watch Charlie Brown together, and I do the Snoopy dance.
Please, Willow.
Xander, stop dancing.
Aha! You called me Xander.
Xander, shut up. Why wouldn't I think you were Xander?
Oh,
What's going
well, I'm starting to feel like
what?
He's doing everything better. He's smarter and... I don't know, maybe I should just let him have it.
Yeah,
Take my life,
He's feeling
please.
inferior.
Xander, you already knew he was taking over your life, and you didn't think about Anya till just now.
Hey, wait till you have an evil twin. See how you handle it.
Well.
I handled it fine.
I think she did.
Anya?
Hilarious series of events that we could do with again.
Well, at some point, we take off our clothes.
I mean, what happens next in our lives? When do we get a car?
A car.
And a boat? No, wait, I don't mean a boat. I mean a puppy.
Yeah.
Or a child. I have a list somewhere.
What are you talking about?
Just...
What is this? Oh, wait a minute. This is about this.
Aw,
About the sling.
Anya.
You haven't been hurt like this since you became human.
She's feeling vulnerable. Aw.
Maybe it's finally hitting you what being human means.
They're artificial and stuck into my wrinkly mouth with an adhesive.
No, I can't promise that. But it doesn't sound terrible. And that's saying something. I promise you, Anya. Very soon you won't be thinking about getting older.
It's so charming, that's it.
Anya, you know I'm me, right? No!
I mean, does...
Make it go away.
So you're thinking we split up?
Yeah, you take
gonna
the
say,
places
she
where
gonna
Todd might
complain?
try and go and blend in as Xander. I'll take the places where Todd might hang out.
I swear this time I know I had that luck.
Toph looks like Xander.
We already know. We're on our way.
It's Xander. I think it separated him into his strongest points and his weakest.
Oh,
Which one's the
damn.
real one?
They're both real. They're both Xander. Neither one of them is evil. There's nothing in either of them that our Xander didn't already possess.
I still don't get the original
They're
plan.
both
I mean,
just
why do
at
it?
different
Slayer
ends of
have
the
to be like
spectrum.
Slayer, concentrate, pretty unkillable.
You have to know it's me. Don't worry, Anya. I'll get rid of this thing. I'm thinking this is gonna last about 15 seconds. I'm thinking less.
Oh, Lord. Wait, when did he get a gun?
There's no part of you I'm not in love with.
We better get there soon.
He just sense the tension.
Xander kills himself, he's dead.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It's all fancy.
We can prove you're both Xander.
Yeah. How?
Snoopy dance.
Well, there has to be a way.
Oh, what number am I thinking of?
I don't think that's gonna do it.
11 and a half.
Wrong. Oh, but see?
Same brain cell, literally.
No, we're not the same. We're all different.
Different properties went into each of you, but you're both Xander.
Different.
Flattened on the railroad track. I found it on the construction site. I thought it was cool. It's not magic. No, Huh. It is kind of cool. Washington's still there, but he's all
Oh
swooshy.
man, are we sure we
maybe
can't
Jefferson.
deal with two Xanders? Woof!
Sword.
Careful where you chuck that, but next time ask before you separate entities.
Okay, back off, ladies.
Psychologically, this is fascinating. Doesn't it make everyone want to lock them in separate rooms and do experiments on them?
Okay, Riley, I think your initiative is showing.
No, she's not. She entirely wants to have sex with us together, which is wrong, and it would be very confusing.
We just need to arrange the candles. Also, we should continue to pretend we heard none of the disturbing sex talk.
Chuck.
I mean, it was gonna have to be brought up, wasn't it?
Kill us both, Spock.
They're kind of the same now.
He's clearly a bad influence on himself.
Hey, someone the goddess. Chant, chant. Let's do it.
Actually, it's not that hard. Your natural...
But she doesn't love me.
Whoa! Oh!
Something else for me to carry?
You can help me pack this.
Ooh, there is that friction.
Sure.
I always feel like Xander-centric episodes are really well done. The Zeppo was a brilliant exploration to Xander and how he feels in terms of his placement in the Scoobies. And this episode was just really well done in terms of exploring, I guess, Xander on his best day and Xander on his bad day, because they were the two Xanders were like separated on both on different ends of the of the personality spectrum, where we had Xander 2, I guess I'm going to be calling him more confident and more assured, doesn't have a problem on his shoulders, and then Xander 1, I guess the Xander that was our Xander, he is feeling a lot more pressure, he's feeling a lot more insecure, and yeah, he's absolutely worried with the way things are going, especially with the fact that this Xander could be a better version of himself, one that the Scoobies could tolerate with. And I really loved it. This was really brilliant. It was really great analyzing his traits, and I just really loved the idea overall. Like, of course, the main objective was to split Buffy in two, with her having with her Slayer self and normal Buffy. And I think that would have been an interesting concept, to have a Buffy clone, and there would be that test, especially for Buffy. But I felt like Xander was the best pick, because we've had some examples about someone who isn't exactly our Buffy being in Buffy's body, in a sense, being a threat to Riley. Of course, a callback to the two-parter in season 4. And I feel like Xander's a great candidate because he's probably the most out of place character. He's the one who is pretty... he's pretty much vulnerable. He has major self-esteem issues, and it's a great way to explore about... I feel like, as someone who does have major self-esteem issues, it's always... it's a great idea to explore one person analyzing themselves, but this person is on top of the world. The weight is off his shoulders, so I feel like Xander was the best candidate for exploring that situation. So Yeah, I really, really liked what they did. And I liked the twist that this wasn't the tough demon that was masking Xander's face. It was actually Xander, but this was Xander on his best day. And we had Xander who was saying, "Yeah, this guy's a phony." This was Xander on his worst day. So there was just he was literally cloned at the end of the day, because that's what it was. Just Xander was one Xander was feeling chipper, one Xander wasn't. So yeah, so I really liked that twist, because I thought, okay, well, we got a fraud Xander, but this was actually Xander. This was literally the same Xander that we've put up with all this time. Just that this was Xander on his best day, that was removed from another version of Xander, and Xander was left with his worst trait. So I really liked that exploration. And I really liked how this episode came about. Like, at the end of episode 1, he stated that he was done being the gesture, basically. And seeing a confident version of himself strutting around, it makes him feel so helpless. But at the end of the day in this episode, I feel like he's come up very, very strong. He's got his own place now. He's moved out of his parents' basement, which is really, really great stuff. I feel like his relationship with Anya is secured, because what he said to her when he assured to Anya about how he can't make that promise, but he'll still stick by her. All that was him. That was him speaking through the heart. That was the real Xander. It wasn't. See, at some thought, I was thinking, is this some charm to kind of lure Anya to the demon or whatever? But no, it was literally Xander. This was Xander speaking from his heart. This is literally what Xander would think, just on his best day. So I really like that, and I feel like this season's going to be a very interesting one in terms of the character perspective for Xander. He's, like I said, he stated at the end of of episode 1, he's done being the gesture, and look at where he's at the end of this episode. He got promoted. He has his own place. He's found purpose. He's got himself a nice, secured relationship. Same can't be said for Riley and Buffy. So, yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. But I feel like with Xander having explored this episode feeling completely helpless, he exited this episode on top of the world. So I feel like, and I feel like that's only going to progress, because the thing about Xander's journey in Buffy the Vampire Slayer is that he has had a constantly building journey all this time. I mean, if you look right now, I could look back to season 1 Xander and look at how different that is. And he is putting his foot down that he's done being the gesture. And at first, when he made those comments in Buffy versus Dracula, I was thinking, okay, sure, Jan. But now I can see that he is done being the gesture. I feel like they're going to constantly keep building on Xander, and he's going to become a completely, like, surreal version of himself to what season 1 Xander would be. I feel like there's going to be that great difference, that, like, look how far I've come approach that we're going to have with Xander once we're done with this episode, or, once he dies or whatever, because you never know. He could die at the end of season 5, season 6, and yeah. But you get what I mean. I feel like we're going to keep building to Xander until there's this huge distance between Xander when he first started and Xander to the end. So yeah, and I really, really like the way that we keep building on Xander. So yeah, especially with these Xander-centric episodes, I feel like this is a really great time to shine in terms of exploring his character, and I feel like they're a real treat. So yeah, it's really, really good stuff. And it's great as well, because especially with the fact that he's having to grow up faster than the Scoobs. They have college to go to, and he has to replace college with a job. And the irony is, I guess you could say the least mature one of the Scoobies has to be the oldest, barring Giles, of course. And seeing him evolve is a great transition because you get to look, like I said, you get to look back at season 1 and think of how far he's come. So I really, really like that. But yeah, this was really good. And I really like how this episode didn't just focus on Xander, like in terms of a development standpoint, but also Anya as well. Because they could have left Anya's injury out and just brushed past it. But they expanded on that. They added characterization to the injury. They had Anya feel vulnerable because, you know, she's no longer this immortal. She's... Like, I feel like with season 4, she was juggling with the differences of being a demon and being a human. Whereas in season 5, we're going to learn Anya is being more accepting of a human side. And I think this was one of the big pillars to that, where she's coming to realize that I can be injured. And one day I'm going to grow old and die, and I'm going to live like human. I'm going to, be more fragile. I'm going to... you know, suffer all of these vulnerabilities that an older human would get. And I really like that development. Because, you know, you could have Anya making fun. I mean, she did make funny comments in this episode, but she's not just that. She's not just a character who had a past as a vengeance demon making funny comments. There's these developments, these strands of development, her realizing and accepting her humanity. So I really, really like how that, how this episode did focus on Anya in a development standpoint, as well as Xander, of course. So yeah, and that talk with Anya realizing she's no longer immortal was really, really beautiful stuff to see. So yeah, I also liked how we also had that Willow scene as well with Xander 1. Two characters who clearly have history together. We already knew that, in this episode reminded us that Willow and Xander have great history. And I think that scene could not work with anyone else, especially with Xander feeling so helpless. Because, like I said, Xander and Willow, they have history together. And Xander was completely feeling so defeated. And it was really heartbreaking hearing him say, you know what, Xander too can take precedent in life. I'm just worthless. He's clearly the superior one, and I feel defeated completely. And it was just really heartbreaking hearing him see that, because it really does get you thinking about how low Xander's self-esteem is, especially since this is like the negatives of Xander's personality versus the positives of Xander's personality. It just breaks your heart seeing how defeated Xander is. And like I said, I don't think that conversation could work with anyone else. Because of their history, because of their connectivity. They have a great relationship. And it wouldn't be as potent as it would be if it was with Buffy, if it was with Giles, with anyone else. So I really thought that scene was funny with the Snoopy dance, but it was also very powerful to see how defeated Xander was. So yeah, but I really like Xander's character. I feel like he's evolving. Like, I was annoyed with him at first, and it's really great. You get to reflect on these, like, on these moments about how he was annoying, and there were moments where he was intolerable. And yeah, he'll have his moments where you can eye roll, etc. But I feel like he's come a very long way from the early seasons. He's a very flawed character who continues to grow, and how he feels distant from the Scoobies, and how he feels useless. I feel like this show does a very great job at strengthening his character and adding some value. Even though he's not a spellcaster, or he's not the Slayer, he's still a very integral part of the Scoobies. So I feel like this show does a very good job at building Xander's character. So I really like Xander-centric episodes, because they really do a fantastic job at capitalizing on his character, exploring him, the full shebang. A little note as well with the whole Toph situation as well. Giles attacking Toph was really great, especially with that comment about, you know, he's not knocked out, so yay. I love Giles took no shit whatsoever. Like, I don't know, part of me wants to headcanon the idea that he's just got the magic box, you know, life's on the up for him as well. And then there's this rude demon who's just like, you know what, I need the Slayer. He's like, I don't have time for your shit, buddy. Piss off. So yeah. No, but I'm really liking Giles finding direction, like Xander this season. So it's really, really good stuff to see them not in the ruts that they were in season 4. So yeah. And we also had a bit of Riley and Buffy that wasn't awkward at the end, because Riley said, I don't think Buffy loves me. Oi. I have a bad feeling about where this is going to go. I think there could be a potential breakup on the cards. Unless they do work out their differences, I don't know, because maybe Buffy doesn't feel the like maybe Riley loves Buffy in terms of one level, and Buffy, you know, she does, but she doesn't. I don't know, because with Dawn, with her journey to find out more about the Slayer, it might be a bit taxing, and yeah, she might not appreciate Riley as much as he does to her, because I think it was very clear. I think in the car scene was a very good testament to that. He wants everything regarding Buffy. He wants all of her, but I feel like that was a final plea, if you get what I mean. I feel like he knows that there is tension between Buffy and himself, and he's trying to express to Buffy how much he loves her. And I feel like that was the final plea. I feel like he realizes she doesn't really love me as much as I love her. So yeah, and there were fractures there, like in the beginning of this episode, like there was those obvious fractures there, but that final line, yikes. So yeah, and I do feel like a breakup is going to be happening, because I'm just getting deja vu for Bangel in season 3. So yeah, I do feel like this is going to end in heartache, potentially. I don't know. Maybe they will work out their differences, and you know, all well ends well, but that final line is pretty much telling about about the direction this could go towards. So yeah, but we'll just have to wait and see. At the end of the day, though, I think it's clear that Riley does have a huge amount of love for Buffy, and that he does like love everything regarding her. But I think it's also evident that Buffy doesn't feel that level of passion that Riley does for her. So yeah, it was really interesting going into that perspective, and seeing how Xander was like, oh shit, like at the end. Yeah. But hopefully things can be fine. I don't know. But yeah, it will be very interesting to evolve on their relationship as well, like in terms of where things might go, if they're going to patch things up, if things are going to lead to a split. Because, like I said, I feel like that admission in the car was like the final nail in the coffin, where Riley realized, I'm stuck. So it will be very interesting, my lovelies. So yeah, great episode, great exploration to Xander. Really loved how this episode proceeded. Great stuff. I really enjoyed it so much. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right. If you want to check out more of my content, you can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!